Hello, welcome to today's exercise video. Today is all about supersets in this video. Supersets, just to let you know, really brief, supersets are basically two exercises back to back for opposite muscle groups. So I'll be doing one for front lower body, for example, followed quite quickly by one for back and lower body. So it basically means more exercises in less time. Right then, we will get into it. If you haven't done any foam rolling yet, I would recommend pressing pause, doing a bit of foam rolling, and then coming back and pressing play on the video. Equipment wise, I'm going to be using a medicine ball and a resistance band, but you can do all of these exercises with dumbbells as well, so don't worry if you haven't got those bits of equipment. So either resistance band or dumbbells, entirely up to you. Right, let's get into the mobility aspect of the video before we start, kind of get the body moving better. So, with me, the three-part mobility exercise. Part one is to squat. Just go deep as you kind of feel you can at the moment. Don't try and force anything. Side lunge into hip flexor. Squat, side lunge on the other side into hip flexor. So, we're aiming to let this flow, not forcing anything, just going deep to where you can, into side lunge, into hip flexor. Hips out and back on that squat, side lunge, round, stomach tight, backside tight, reaching up and over on the hip flexor. So, squat, round, hip flex, pump that back heel, stomach tight, backside tight, squat, side lunge, into hip flexor. Go a little bit deeper as you allow, not forcing anything, letting it flow, pushing the hip back, keeping the body tall on that side lunge, and then round into hip flexor. And round. We'll do one more each side, into hip flexor, into, sorry, that's hip flexor at the end, squat, side lunge, into hip flexor with balance. There we go, up to the top. Okay, next you can do this either full or kneeling. So full version looks like this. From here, a step forwards, reaching up and round. If that's a bit too much for the excuse me, for the wrists, then knees, take a step forwards, reach up and round. Step forwards, reach up and round. So I'm trying to keep my foot and my knee as straight as possible. Reaching up. So stomach nice and tight, pointing my belly button in the direction I'm rotating round to. A couple more of these. Foot, knee pointing straight ahead. Okay. So just standing up. So that's mobility done. Should be feeling like you're getting ready for the exercises coming up. Before we get into the exercises, before we get into the supersets, quick core exercise. So another variation on the plank. It's a straight arm plank, this one. So, how far back you have the knees determines how challenging, so I'll leave that one up to you. Obviously if the knees are going very far back, you've got your body weight forwards, not challenging enough, you can go into a kind of full plank position. For the benefits of this, I'll do this as a kneeling, having the shoulders quite far forwards but keeping the shoulders unshrugged. All I'm going to do, I'm going to point one thumb upwards, take one hand off and squeeze the arm along the line of the body as far as I can. Sort of engaging upper back at the same time, but by taking one arm off and making those deep stomach muscles work even harder to support me, to stabilize me. I'm sure you can feel that going on. So there you go, nice kind of, as usual, medium tempo exercise. Well, that'll be happening, just kind of draw your navel towards your spine, backside muscles tight. Squeeze them back. Slight bend at the elbow. Shoulders unshrugged. Squeeze them back. Just a few more. 2 more each side. Squeeze them back. 1 more each side. Squeeze them back. Good. Okay. To your feet. Just shaking it out. Okay, let's get into the first superset. So, it is lower body, front, lower body, into back, lower body. Like I said, resistance band or dumbbells, up to you. I'm going to do 2 sets. So the idea is, I'm not going to be resting very long in between exercises. Okay, so, I'm using a medicine ball. This one is, what, 5 kgs? It's pink, but it is quite heavy. Okay, so this, I'm gonna underhand grip. Again, dumbbells, just using the top of the kind of cup in the underside of the top of the dumbbell. For this, I'm gonna keep my feet closer than shoulder width. So I'm doing a kind of a narrow squat. Let's get into it, hips out and back. I'm also trying to squeeze my knees a bit together. So what that does is kind of works front thigh muscles a little bit harder. Okay. What I'm really mindful of doing is keeping my upper body as tall as possible. So hips out and back, upper body tall. I'm trying to squeeze the knees in. Not together, I'm just keeping my knees in line. I'm basically stopping my knees from flaring, driving up. Big push upwards. Upper body tall, chest high, driving up. Here we go. Good. So the weight should be heavy enough. It's starting to get a little bit challenging about now. If you can do more than me, the weight's not heavy enough. I'm driving. Big push upwards. So use 2 dumbbells if you need to. You can just hold them close to the body. Driving. Almost there, last 3. Hips out and back, upper body tall. Final 2. Last 1. Okay. Part 1. There. On to part 2. So like I said, I'm using a band. You can use dumbbells exactly the same way. Okay. So, what I'm trying to do with this one, it's called a sumo deadlift. I want my feet nice and wide because my hands are going to be in between feet. So I'm really pushing my hips out, by the way, with this one. So what I don't want to do is get a rounded back going on. So hips back, chest up. But I'll go lower for more resistance. All I'm going to do from here, keeping my hips back, is stand up tall. So the dumbbells, they're inside the line of the legs, if that makes sense. A narrow grip with the dumbbells, inside the line of the knees, pushing my hips back, standing up tall, squeezing through backside at the top. So hips back, squeezing, using the hips to straighten you at the top. Good. Squeezing up. Hips out and back, squeezing up to the top. Okay, here we go. So the dumbbells, obviously inside of the knee, straining up at the top. Go wide at the feet if you need to. You can let the feet point out as well. Squeezing up at the top. Hips out and back, squeezing up at the top. Squeezing through backside. So this really making sure your hips go back and your upper body is tall. Okay, last few. Hips out and back, upper body tall. Last 2. Squeezing up, squeezing through backside, especially at the top. 1 more. Okay, good, good. Catch your breath. So we're going to do 2 sets. So a little rest in between. Take up to a minute in between sets of supersets, if that makes sense. Okay. Good. Yep, just stay light on your feet. Walking it around. allowing the heart rate just to go down a little bit. Then we go back, we can do one more set of each of those. So to hit all muscle groups, we're going to do a lower body pair, we're going to do upper body pair, we'll do one set of an exercise. That's all there is to it, that'll be enough, we'll hit all muscle groups. We'll even get a bit of multi-planar on the last exercise. So all we need to do. Okay, let's get back into the superset. Okay, so ball or underside of dumbbell, or I'll put this down. If that's too light, holding 2 dumbbells there. Okay, right then, here we go. Into the squat. I'm going to go side on a little bit with this one, just so you can see that I'm trying to keep my back flat. Feet closer than shoulder width. Knees kept aligned, so I'm not allowing, I'm kind of squeezing my knees in, just to keep my alignment, in line with my feet. Hips out and back, driving up. So where you go. The ball is close to the body. Okay, so obviously the ball wants to go straight down. It's not pulling me forwards. Hips out and back, driving up. Toes in line, big push upwards. So hips out and back, upper body tall. So aiming to keep my back flat. As in no rounding or arching. Here we go. Steady down, driving up. So I am purposely going a little bit slower down than I am up. Big push upwards. Good. Driving up to the top. Not quite straightening my knees at the top either. Okay, good. Hips out and back. Driving up. Almost there. Last 3. Big push upwards. Final 2. And one more. Okay. Good stuff, good stuff. Right then. Minimal rest. We're going back into this. Again, I'm going to go side on, because keeping a flat back with this exercise is really important. So again, dumbbells, resistance band, whatever equipment you've got. I'm going to go wide. I'm going to push my hips back. What I don't want is a rounding of the back, so my hips are going back, kind of backing up. Backing up towards the sky. My feet are turned out. From here, I'm squeezing up, and I'm standing up straight, squeezing through backside muscles. Coming down, hips out and back, driving up, squeezing through backside muscles. Hands, if you're using dumbbells, are closer than feet. With the resistance band, it's a little bit harder to do that, but if you're using dumbbells, your hands are there, and they stay there. And up. Okay. Squeezing up. Hips out and back, upper body tall. So dumbbells close together. Okay, hopefully I'm showing you my back is flat, no rounding, pushing my hips back and up towards the sky, squeezing up. Nice tall finish, keeping stomach tight, keeping upper chest tall. Almost there. Hips out and back, nice and tall. Almost there. Driving up. Just a few more to go. Big push upwards. Driving up. 3 more to go. Big push upwards. 2 more to go. Hips out and back. Last one. Driving up. Big squeeze, backside tight. Okay, right then. That is lower body. Onto the upper body split. So, first exercise, back of upper body. Second exercise, front upper body. Okay, so again on the back upper body exercise, dumbbell or resistance band. I'm going to use my resistance band, so obviously both dumbbells. With the band, I'm going to be swapping feet, so it's a row with single leg balance. So, one foot on the band. Or with the dumbbells, you're kind of starting in the same position. I'm trying to get my back leg back as far as I can, and from there, I'm squeezing my elbows up like I'm pulling a bar in towards my upper stomach. And then slowly back down. I'm going to change legs, so I go out and balance first, and then I squeeze the elbows up. So I'm trying to get my hips back, chest up. It will be a challenge to balance. That's not accidental. You may feel the backside muscles working as well. Although we've just worked them, but they're working to stabilize us. And obviously it's an upper back exercise. Shoulders definitely unshrugged. Squeezing the elbows up towards the body. Big pull upwards. Squeezing the elbows up. Keeping that rhythm. Taking that back leg out and back. Squeezing the elbows up. Shoulders unshrugged. Trying to pull the elbows beyond the line of the body. Trying to bring the upper body quite low. I'm going to start to bring my back leg further back if I can. Squeezing up. Almost there, almost there. Out and back. Let's do one more each side. Chest up. Heel back. Squeezing up. Good, good. Shoulders unshrugged. Big pull upwards. Okay. Catch your breath. Right then. Press up variation. We go kneeling press up. So from here, it's a press up quadruped. So I'm lowering upper chest towards the ground as I come up. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Shoulders definitely unshrugged. Driving up, keeping stomach tight. Big push ups. I'm also squeezing my elbows quite close to my body. Makes it harder for my shoulders to join in. And again, it will be a little bit wobbly. That's not accidental. Making sure the core muscles are stabilizing, driving up. Sometimes it's hard to time it. As you come up, off, almost there. A little pause at the top. One more each side. Opposite, opposite. Shoulders unshrugged. Opposite, opposite. Okay. Good stuff. Again, catch your breath. In between sets. Take maybe a minute for this. Not much more to go. Another superset and then just one exercise. It's quick because we're doing two exercises back to back. I guess the next progression is to do 3 sets of the exercises. Okay. So, dumbbells or band. One foot on the ground, one off. So keeping my upper chest tall, that heel going out and back. From there, like I'm pulling a bar in towards my upper stomach. So make sure those hands are kind of level with ribs. Don't really pulling, so the objective is to go quite far back with that heel. Try and get that body nice and, upper body nice and low. Squeeze it back. So I'm really trying to squeeze my shoulder blades together at the end of each pull as well. Squeezing it. It will be a little bit wobbly. Don't worry if you lose your balance and have to go, that's all part of it. Just get back in as soon as you can. Squeezing up. Out and back. Squeezing up. Almost there. Big pull upwards. One more each side. Squeezing the elbows up. Shoulders unshrugged. Squeezing shoulder blades together. Big pause. Okay. Done with that one. Dumbbells or resistance band down. Straight in, more or less. Into the kneeling press up quadruped. So from here, squeeze my elbows in towards the body a little bit. Come forward slightly. Lowering upper chest towards the ground. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Lowering, squeezing up. Elbows close to body. Driving up. Shoulders definitely unshrugged. Stomach tight, backside tight. Raise. Yep, keeping that rhythm. Almost there. Keeping shoulders unshrugged. So lowering up the chest towards the ground rather than chin first. Last 2 each side. Opposite at the top. One more each side. Last one. Okay. Good job. Catch your breath. Slowly to your feet. Take a little bit of time. We've only got one more exercise to go. So this, I'm going to use the ball. Dumbbell is absolutely fine. One dumbbell. Or in my case, medicine ball. I'm switching the hands every rep. So this one, feet shoulder width, taking a big side lunge. Ball or dumbbell goes down towards lower body. Arm goes back, hips pointing straight ahead, knees pointing straight ahead. Switch over in the middle. So my long limbs, hopefully I fit in the video, just about. So how deep you're going is determined by how far back you can get that hip on the side that you're lunging towards. And obviously the stretch that you can create on the other side. Here we go, nice steady tempo. Out and back. Doing well, just a few of these. Okay, keeping that rhythm. Just a few more to go. Planting as much weight through the heel of the side that you're heading towards. Squeezing back. Almost there. Two more each side. Taking one thumb up, squeezing the arm back at the same time. One more each side. So through the heel, pushing the hip back. Last one. Okay. Good job. Right then. So just walking that round, catching your breath. That is done. We're heading into the stretches now. Okay. Just want to wind that down. It's obviously a big thing with the system. Is being able to, cardio is optional. The idea is to hit as many steps as you can. You can add cardio if you wish. You can go for a walk at this point if you wish. Press pause and then come back and stretch at the end just to get lots of steps in. The heart rate will be fairly high during the supersets because there's not too much resting involved, going from one to the other exercise quite quickly. Okay, let's get into some stretching. So, take a big step back, plant that back heel into the ground, calf stretch if you've got something to push against, even better if you've got a wall. Just kind of back, kind of lifting the back toes up to push the heel down. Okay. Same on the other side, same thing, pushing that back heel down, lifting the toes up a little. Breathing deeper as we go. Feet together this time. taking a little step back to think which arm to raise. The stomach tight, backside tight, raise the wrong one. Reaching up and over, so it's same arm as back leg. Stomach tight, backside tight, pushing the hips forwards, reaching into a bit of a curve. Nice and deep with the breathing. Feet together, stepping back on the other side, reaching up and over, stomach tight, backside tight. Again, reaching, nice curve through the body. Okay. Up, nice and deep with the breathing. Okay, same stretch we did earlier, but we're going to hold it this time. So I'm going to go back to a kind of kneeling position, and I step forwards, knees pointing straight ahead, feet pointing straight ahead. I'm going to rotate round. Okay, same on the other side. So rotating round, foot, knee pointing straight ahead. Great stretch this one. So front hips, upper middle spine, through the front of the shoulder. From here I'm going to turn it into a hip stretch. So bring one foot in front of the other, one leg in front of the other, and just push the hips back a little bit, keeping upper body tall, sinking deep in by pushing the hips back, so stretching right through into the back of the hips. Nice and deep with the breathing. Shoulders unshrugged. Same on the other side. Same thing. So upper body tall, hips push back. Nice and deep with the breathing. Okay, yeah, just bringing it down. One last stretch, lying on your back. Bringing the knees together, side on, and then arms out, looking towards the opposite, so squeezing the knees one way, squeezing the upper body, the arm the other way. Go nice and deep with the breathing. Just rotate the arms back and into the ground. Okay. Same on the other side. So I'm rocking the knees that way. Nice and straight as best you can. Squeezing the opposite arm down into the ground, squeezing the arms back. Rotating the head opposite way. Nice and deep with the breathing. 3 seconds in through the nose, 3 seconds out through the mouth. Right down to the stomach as you breathe in. Slowly, slowly, slowly to your feet. And that is another exercise session done. Very well done. Any questions? Use the Slack group. I'm sure somebody else might have a similar question, but use that for your communications. Good stuff. I will see you on the next session. Thank you very much. Have a good day.